Hey guys, it's Roxie with Roxie's Broadway Breakdown, and today I'm going to talk about improvisations and how important they are when you do theater work. So whether you're doing a drama or a musical, improvisations are really, really important, and here's why. Because when you're doing a live show, lots of things can go wrong. I mean, hopefully they don't, but you can have a costume malfunction, you can have a set that doesn't come in, a prop that can malfunction, maybe a sound effect doesn't go off. I mean, and you've got to be prepared for anything so that you can just improv something, move on so that hopefully the audience doesn't know. And if you don't hone these improvisational skills, you're not going to know how to think fast, do something spontaneously, be focused, and so that the show can literally just keep going. Otherwise, if you're stuck on the spot and you're sort of glazed over and just like, and have that look, and you don't know what to do, and improv something, then the audience is going to know, the other actors are going to be caught off guard unless one of them jumps in, and then it is obvious that something did go wrong. So this is why it's very important to hone those improvisational skills. So I have a couple of exercises that I like to do with actors when I'm working with them, just to kind of keep them sharp and keep them focused. And they're fun, and they can be games when you're just on a break working. So here's one. In a box, you can just write down some ideas, like locations. It can be grocery store, amusement park, coffee shop, wherever. And put them in a box, and then somebody pulls out an idea, and one or two people go up on stage or in the room, wherever, and somebody starts the scene. So, like if you pull out grocery store, somebody starts and is like, really? You want that kind of cereal? That sets the tone, and then the other person or people that are in the scene have to go from there. They have to decide what they are. If they're a child throwing a tantrum, if they're a roommate, I mean, it can be anything. So it just rolls. That's one way to start just some improvisational exercises. Another way is you can direct it a little bit more. You can give them a scene or a set by saying, okay, you're on a stranded island, here are your characters, or you're on a plane that's been delayed. And you can give them just a general guideline, a general outline of where they are and who they are, but not too much. Let them start the scene. Let them get going for a few minutes, and then stop it, and then say, okay, switch. Now you're this character, you're this character, you're this character. And this is a really great exercise because it makes them focus. Hopefully they were focusing. And it showed that they had to have been following what those other characters were doing. Because when you're in a show, you have to know the show so well, you should know everybody else's part and what they were doing. Because sometimes in a show, you can get bored and you can tend to phone it in. And then if something goes wrong, you're like, oh, what was going on? I wasn't paying attention. And if somebody misses a line and you're thinking, oh, I don't really know their line. You know, if it's not your cue line and you don't know everybody else's lines, you're thinking, oh, somebody should step in at this point and say something. That's why it's important to really know the show backwards and forwards and kind of everybody else's, be at least aware of what people's blocking is. And that way, this is why this is an exercise that's good, because if you're practicing a scene and you were following along with what other characters were doing, even in this mini made-up scene, you'll be able to sort of jump into that person's character and pick up. Now, you can take that character wherever you're going, wherever you want to take it, but you know, as long as it kind of makes sense in the exercise. So the third technique is if you're doing a show and it's getting to be tech week and something's just not working, whether it's a prop or a costume change or what have you. And no matter how tight you're running it, and you think you've got it there, but you're still thinking, opening night, that's just not gonna work, or watch it just fall apart. Then you've got to at least pretend or help those actors come up with something that is gonna, prepare them for the possibility that it might not work. So I hate to say a prepared improvisational exercise, because that's like an oxymoron. You can't have a prepared improv. But as long as they have something in their back pocket to kind of be on the lookout of, hey, this may happen, which is what you should always be prepared for in a show, of anything can happen. But, if a costume change just isn't going and the actors have to wait on this other actor to enter before the scene starts, you need to say, hey, look, let's say her costume change isn't going to make it. You're left on stage. Just go. Start making up lines. Vamp until this, happens, until she gets on stage. What are you going to say? What are you going to do? Make up some kind of business or something until she gets out here. At least it leaves them thinking, oh, yeah, okay, we're going to have to come up with some bit or some lines if this happens opening night or whenever. So make the actors think. All right, so I like improvs. I think they're fun. Like I say, you can always practice them as games or, during a break, but they are good to know, and they are very helpful during a show if you ever need them. Hopefully you don't need them. Hopefully the show runs very smoothly, but in my experience in theater, there's always something, because it's live theater. All right, subscribe to my channel, check out all my other videos, and until the next one, see you later.